Live from a big tower and probably satellites in space, this is Awesome News Network.
Hello gamers, today I am checking out a game that has a very descriptive title, that being Lego 2K Drive, a game about the Lego brand published by 2K, and well, it's all about driving around. And with it being a Lego game, it falls into the category that most Lego games fall into, surprisingly good with a shockingly okay sense of humour.
It's up in the sky!
That's okay, there's a race in the sky!
But before I get carried away, I quickly want to touch on the game's controls, mainly the fact that Lego 2K Drive has a very interesting drift mechanic, well, at least compared to other driving games I've played in the past, as the game has what is referred to as a quick turn button, which is a sort of handbrake turn on steroids, which literally turns you around on a dime, losing very little momentum in the process. And then you could do a more traditional drift by holding down the brake and accelerator at the same time going into a turn. Which, I mean, it works, it just took me a lot of getting used to. But once you do, it's probably the easiest game to rack up some epic drift combos in, pulling off some amazing drifts around the world. On the topic of the world, this game has a pretty good one. It's not an open world game, it is more of a segmented game with different parts of the map that you fast travel to, that being the starting area and home base of your racing team, Turbo Acres, the second smallest map that you go to, and then there is Big Butte County, a western style world which is also home to the biggest actual town within the game. Then there is Prospecto Valley, where, you guessed it, it's basically like a old-fashioned 18th century gold mining town. However, it doesn't look like your typical gold prospecting area you'd probably imagine, as it's much more luscious and green with beautiful rivers and mountains to boot. Second to last, there is Huntsboro, a horror/Halloween based map, which I have to say, it does look pretty amazing, with some very nice bendy roads to roll your whip around in. And lastly is the home of the Sky Cup Grand Prix, the final race that you spend your whole game trying to get to. The worlds themselves are a hybrid of Lego block and normal textures, which I believe has been done before in the Lego DLC for one of the Forza Horizons games, which also I've just remembered this is now the second video I have brought up, the Lego DLC for Forza Horizons, so maybe I should check that out, or not, probably not. But I do love the look of this, with some buildings and nature being made out of Lego bricks and others not. I once again would say it's a very unique Lego style, but has been seen before in the Forza DLC. However, I don't think many other games have it where you've got like half Lego, half non-Lego. Although this game's a lot more than half Lego, maybe like 2/3 Lego, 1/3 not Lego, but you get the point. It's a very cool and unique take on a Lego games. And of course, well, graphically it looks about as good as a Lego game will ever look probably. Now, as you may have picked up from the video so far, there is a lot of cars in this game, and they are made from Lego pieces to the point where you can damage your car by losing pieces. And you can only repair your car by destroying other objects made out of Lego, like barnyard fences or small bits of furniture. And you can also design and build your own Lego cars, which, I mean, I tried, and let's just say I'm straight up awful at it. But there is a community creator section, and well, people have done some amazing things, so I stole a bunch of them to use throughout the playthrough, including this Top Gear car, the Jeremy Clarkson van camper thing, which I absolutely love that episode, so I used that car throughout a lot of this series. With you also have 3 cars to design from, there being a road-based car, which you guessed it, you use on the road, and then also a off-road car, and then a boat for the rivers and oceans of the world. With this game having a sort of hybrid switch between the two of them as soon as you go onto dirt or road or water. The only thing about that is sometimes it's a get too sensitive where like I really don't want to switch to my off-road car because I put one wheel off the road by accident, especially when your off-road car is a lot bigger and maybe slower than your road car. Anyways, now counting on the fact that this is a Lego game that doesn't have a massive IP to get its story from, it isn't the best Lego game story out there. Then again, neither is the Skywalker collection. So yeah, it's not incredible, but it is indeed serviceable. It's just more to the point that it's also not very original. It's just literally a vehicle for you to go around and be able to drive in the races and having a reason to do the races instead of just let's race. And also, let's be honest, it's probably also a vehicle to get you to spend some real world money on getting extra brick parts in the game for your cars. But anyways, the story starts off with an old racer by the name of Clutch Racington, the owner of a racing team creatively named Racington Racing. And he recruits you to join the team and win the Sky Cup Grand Prix. In order to qualify for said Sky Cup Grand Prix, you must complete 3 Grand Brick Arenas, one for each of the major areas. And in order to qualify for the Grand Brick Arenas, you need to collect a certain number of checkered flags, a reward you get from beating someone and coming first within their race.
Oh, dang it! You won so you get my checkered flag, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Keep it clean for me, will you? I just washed it. No, I didn't.
There being a bunch of races around Bricklandia for you to claim the checkered flags of. The game's big bad is the previous Sky Cup Grand Prix winner, a racer by the name of Shadow Z, who during the Grand Brick Arenas will do anything to not have to race you, coming up with some dodgy excuses to not attend the race, and sending some unknown goons to race you instead. And well, by unknown goons, they literally are unknown as they are also unnamed. They all go by the names Guy 1, Guy 2 and Guy 3 and so on and so forth. I mean, they do have names, but I don't remember them. So we're just going to stick with the Guy 1, Guy 2, Guy 3. I think there was one called Jeff, probably. And that's literally the game. There are some genuinely funny moments within the story that even made me exhale out of my nose a little bit. You just need to put up with the more childish humour as well, which is not a bad thing as this is very much more of a child's game than it is an adult game. But I mean, Lego is not just for kids, anyone can enjoy Lego. Lego is awesome. Everything is awesome. I hate myself, why did I say that? But you know what, this makes me want to go and build one of my many unbuilt Lego sets I have waiting in my room. So I'm going to go do that. Make sure you subscribe and do all that other stuff. I'm going to go start placing bricks on top of each other.
Well, guess we better figure out how to get this down, eh? I'm sure that'll be fine.
Those jerks are going to pay. When I catch up with those cheaters, they won't know what hit them. It'll be like wham!